Anyway, here's another metal axle. A while back I got a Boom Racing axle from Asia Tees. I liked it a lot. It has held up to full throttle action with the Holmes Hobby Puller Pro XL, which is a first. Plastic axles have never had a chance. And what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to mod this thing so that I can use the the XR10 mod parts on it. And this is the deal. These are from RC Bros. I'm not sure who else makes these, but you can see they have splined ends on them. Purpose of the splined ends is so you can use Wraith parts, and you can widen the axle, and you can use XR10 Universals, which are really strong and have a lot of steering angle. And I got to chase my cat away because she's trying to be a pest and jump up on my workbench. So anyway, it's not as easy to mod these metal axles as it is to mod the plastic ones. I made a video a while back showing how to do this. It's pretty simple. You get in there with a razor knife or a Dremel tool, and you just blaze out the plastic that's in the way of the tubes. Now, they also sell tubes that have a notch in them, so that you don't have to do that, but the problem I have with that notch is it makes these weaker. Might not be a big deal with the metal axles. Might have been a lot easier just to buy the notched ones. But I'm trying to reuse these parts. As you see, I've drilled these many times. The original holes had stripped out, so I ended up drilling more holes. The deal is that when you're putting these in here, the casting is not as perfect on the inside as maybe the axial plastic parts, and it's not flexible at all. Obviously it's metal. So when you try and close these halves up, it doesn't really work out that nice. So I've been working on these probably about an hour now, and I've used various Dremel implements to carefully and slowly remove metal, because basically once you remove too much metal, you are screwed. Where as I start to slide it in, it starts to spread it apart a little bit, and rather than take more metal out of the housing, right now I've got this thing chucked up in the drill press, and I got some 120 here, and I'm just going to try and take, you can see I'm dropping a lot of aluminum down, so I know I'm taking some aluminum off of this. And I'm just going to try and take some of the metal off of the tube itself. I think that's going to work out better for me. What I had to do, let's get this one off too, and I'll show you, is you have to get in there with a Dremel tool. Wear safety glasses for sure, okay? And have to remove all that metal. And same here, and you have to come way deep in, because and you don't want to take too much metal out of this housing. As you can see, this housing is very, very thin. That's maybe what, 32nd. So you don't want to take a lot of metal out of that. So then what I ended up doing was testing the fit. You know, if you put it together, you can see it goes together real nice like that. And this side has not been giving me that much trouble. As you can see, it fits loose on this side because I've sanded this one down in my drill press. I've chucked this up in the drill press and sanded the piss out of it. However, for whatever reason, even though I've taken the same amount of metal out of both sides, when I put it in the other side, it doesn't fit quite as nice. And this one fits pretty tight on this side. This one fits. You can see it spreads it out just a tiny bit. See as I come in? See how it spreads it out just a little bit? But I'm okay with it at this point. I'm alright with that. Now, these come with holes already in them, drilled and tapped, but I've already wallowed those out from all my abusive RCing. So I had to drill and tap new ones. And this is going to create another issue when I start screwing this together, because these have threads, these have threads. Chances of the two threads, you know, being synchronous and everything working out beautifully is small, to say the least. But you can see that fits really loose on that side for whatever reason, just because of the way it is. This one fits pretty tight on that side, so what I'm trying to do is just find the parts that all fit. And here, it's a lot of work, really. I've spent well over an hour doing this, because you don't want to take too much metal at one time. You know, that would be a bad thing. And this fits pretty snug on this side. So now I've got everything so that I can actually get the housing to come together. Now once I get my bolts in here, it'll all draw up. That's just to show you guys that it is possible to mod these metal housings just like the plastic ones. It just takes a lot longer. It's a lot more of a pain in the butt. And then you can put in the Burly tubes with the splines, so you can put the Wraith ends on there, and you can adjust your caster the way you like and all that good stuff. So I'm just about ready to start putting this thing back together. And like I said, the one issue I'm looking forward to is seeing whether or not I can actually get the screws to go from the pot metal into the aluminum without something binding. Look at the axle installed. I really like these metal axles. You know, they're strong enough. You know, they don't have to be made of, you know, steel, chromoly steel or something. They're pot metal. This rear one's held up great, and that's what made me go ahead and get another one. They're about $41 shipped from Asia Tees. You can find them on eBay. You just look for the Boom Racing PHAT steel axle, even though it's not steel. You're going to have to do some mods to it if you want to do what I've done. But if you just wanted to just run them standard SX10 or AX10 width, it wouldn't be a problem. They'd be an easy thing to put on. But they are, you know, they are a lot sturdier than the plastic housings, that's for sure.